Show of hands. How many people use weather.com to get their weather information? Good, very good. Enthusiastic table down there. My name is Dan Agronow. Good morning. And I'm the CTO of the Weather Channel Interactive, which built and supports weather.com. So I'm very happy to see you use what we've developed. For us, innovation is a core component of our mission to deliver products to our end users so they can have weather data on any platform, on any time, on any device that they would like it. Now, when we strive for that goal, we've built and developed breakthrough and innovative technologies, which I want to explain to you today. The first one I want to explain is our interactive maps application. Now, it allows end users to manipulate the data that they could view on the map. For example, they could change out the base map so that they could see it on a satellite radar, or they could see it, in this case, on a road base map, which from Microsoft Virtual Earth. Now, they could also specify data layers that they could see on the map. For example, pollen, temperature, dew point, and also select points of interest. In this case, I've selected stadiums, and I'm able to drill down and click on it and get additional information. Now, that capability allows them to interact with the map in multiple ways and select the information that's relevant to them. Now, an additional capability with those data layers is ad products that we could integrate onto the map. So if you imagine an advertising client can have a data layer of icons which they could associate with their ads, which will have the same customization and clickable capability as the points of interest. Now, the weather data for interactive maps comes from the Weather Channel. They have a patented application, HiRAD system, that produces 1.9 million points of data every 20 minutes, which is also integrated and updated with the map continuously. Now, this capability that we've developed also works not only on the weather.com website, but it's also cross-platform. So we've implemented it on both the Apple's iPhone, and we're set to launch it with the Google Android platform. Now, besides the capability of interactive maps, we have other innovative applications related to location-based severe weather alerts. So imagine if you're driving down the road and your phone, based on the current location it is right now, sends you an alert of pending weather. Now, that notification can be provided in a variety of ways, and it allows you to interact with a high-resolution map hands-free. So we're bringing safety data to end users in a way that they don't have to manipulate the phone and constantly update the location that they're at. Now, the iPhone application that we've implemented does not require an end user to download an application, so it provides a rich end user interface without the download occurring first. This application was also developed so it could be implemented on the Google Android platform with very little modifications. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ed Trimble. I'm the CEO of SparkIP, an Atlanta-based company. And at SparkIP, we are transforming the way scientific research and product delivery transforming the way scientific research and product delivery are done with our intellectual property research tools and a marketplace for innovation. We are an online community that's designed for scientists, researchers, patent attorneys, universities, government labs, corporations, anyone doing research around scientific innovation, which hopefully would include most people in this room. And I was very happy to hear Don Tapscott this morning give us a label, Idea Agora, and that's essentially what we're doing. We launched 4 months ago. We're an 8-person company, and we're very proud of the fact that we've already signed on about 15 premier research institutions, including MIT, Stanford, National Institute of Health, Imperial College in the UK, and this says 5,700 licensable technologies. That was a couple days ago. We actually now have 5,900 licensable technologies on the site, which makes us already the world's largest IP marketplace. What we've done that's really unique is we've developed this technology that clusters innovation. And these maps that we build these clusters into are self-organizing, self-naming. There are about 40,000 of these Spark clusters that span over 4 million patents, patent applications, and licensable technologies. So we've had this described as sort of Google Maps for patents. But what it does is it creates a platform where we can do lots of interesting things. Not only can you find patents and do more traditional IP research, but you can also find in the marketplace licensable technologies, and then over time we're going to layer other data sets on here, such as scientific literature, available grants from the government and from corporations, and other things that our community is interested in. Rather than describing more of what we do, I thought it would be more interesting to see a quick kind of simulated demo, and everything that you're going to see in these next few slides is available for you to do today out on SparkIP.com. So this is our main page, and we're going to do a search on solar cell array in honor of Suneva, our fellow winner here today. And similarly, you could enter an inventor name, you could enter an organization name, you could enter a patent. There are lots of ways to enter the searches and get into this information. As we search, we get back what we call these Spark cluster maps. So we got a hit on 598 patents and a number of applications across our 247 clusters. And we're going to select the first map, which is self-named Fabricating Solar Cell. When you do that, you'll see the map open up, and now you have a map that you can navigate with these clusters. And we're interested in one here titled Tandem Solar Cell. So we can see the individual patents in there that match our searches. Or we can pull back out and say, tell me about this cluster of innovation. And in this cluster, we can see who are the companies that own the IP. When was this IP generated in this kind of visual timeline that we have here? What are the top patents? And yes, what are the top listings, which are the licensable technologies that are available? We have one here from one of our customers, MIT. It's a solar cell with silicon solar cell with germanium backing. We'll get an abstract, we'll get information on this. If it's patented, we have access to the full patent. And at this point, whether it's a corporation, an entrepreneur, anyone who's interested in this technology could actually initiate the contact with MIT. So a lot more I'd love to show you. You can, like I mentioned earlier, get maps on organizations, see what Georgia Tech is doing, see what the state of Georgia is doing, what specific inventors are doing, and hopefully navigate to some very interesting and useful information. We are available on the web. Everything you saw here today you can access in your spare time at www.sparkip.com. Thank you very much for this award. We're very proud to be part of this community here in Georgia.
Good morning. I'm James Davis with TerraGo Technologies. TerraGo is a software company headquartered in Atlanta, focused on the geospatial market. In particular, we've been addressing a problem about how to distribute the vast amounts of data. Enterprises of all types for the past 20 to 30 years have been collecting vast amounts of geospatial data. The challenge and the problem is how do you take all of this rich, robust data and get it down to the users who need it and make it easy to use. Many of these users are connected, disconnected, and in far-flung locations. What TerraGo, how we've addressed the problem is by building the GeoPDF. We've leveraged and extended the published PDF spec and leveraged the 700 million users of the free Adobe Reader to turn that into a rich, robust application. Users of TerraGo's technologies include warfighters in combat zones, first responders to disasters of all types, state departments of transportation, utility field crews, and nature enthusiasts, including hikers, fishermen, and hunters. Last year, the U.S. Geological Survey converted 60,000 of the USGS quad sheets, or terrain maps available for all of the U.S., into GeoPDFs and made those freely available on their website. Since that time, their download rates for those types of maps have more than tripled. Now let's look at what a GeoPDF looks like. As I mentioned before, we have leveraged the free Adobe Reader and turned it into a geospatial application. We have a plugin that provides additional geospatial functionality, such as being able to provide the coordinates and automatic dynamic coordinate display. Think of this as like taking Google Earth and putting it into an encapsulated, compressed PDF file that you can send it via email to friends anywhere in the world, or users that anywhere in the world, to be able to make markups and comments. We've also added the ability to provide layer control, so you can have multiple layers displayed, such as satellite imagery overlaid with road maps. And we've added the ability to support object data, where you can embed additional information about specific features that are located in geospatial locations and be able to select those and have access to all of the data on there. We've also added the ability to what we refer to as geo-collaboration, that allows users to be able to make markups, comments, add stamps, etc., onto a digital map, a PDF map, and then be able to import and export those markups into standard geospatial applications. Most recently, we've had our users that have asked us to be able to add additional capability to cover areas of states or cities, etc., and we've added the capability and automated the capability to build map books or index maps. Think of these as kind of like digital atlases, like the paper atlas you carry around in your car. By simply pointing at an area of the map, you can zoom to that area and then have access to all of the robust data that's available to you. This is truly a technology where a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I invite you to come visit our table outside the ballroom to see what a GeoPDF really looks like. We're very pleased to be here, and we thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Steve Lenows. I'm the CEO of Damballa. And before I get started to talk about Damballa, I first want to thank TAG and Tino and the committee for giving us this honor. I also want to congratulate our Hall of Fame inductee, who's a good friend of our company's and a good friend of mine personally, Sig Mosley. It's a well-deserved honor, and we're very happy for you on this great day. Damballa is actually a company that protects clients from armies of hijacked computers that are used to defraud them. And in our industry, the information security industry, we call those bots. And bots are little pieces of software that are loaded on your machine unbeknownst to you. And they take the resources of those machines, and they actually communicate back to somebody called a bot master. And that bot master uses your machine to commit most of the fraud that's committed on conducted on the internet today. And that fraud is, let me see if we can get the map up there. Do we have the map? Maybe not. All right, we'll see how that, hopefully you'll see a map here that shows these bot armies in action. And what happens is these bot armies are machines that communicate back to a bot master, and the bot master instruments those machines to conduct spam, denial of service attacks, data exfiltration, as well as key logging. And what happens is these bot masters are actually controlled by organized criminals to conduct this and have financial remuneration from these resources. And that's the threat that we are actually addressing today. It's a pervasive threat. It's a worldwide threat. And frankly, it's a very critical threat that's affecting the internet today. Damballa has a very powerful and unique approach. And what you're seeing here on the screen now is these bot armies. These are the top 4 bot armies that we're tracking today and where they're physically located around the internet. And what Damballa does is we have a very powerful and unique view of, let's see whether this will work. If we can go to the next slide. We have a powerful and unique view of this threat. And we have sensors that live out on the internet, and these sensors are used to actually identify these bot armies as they are communicating between the bot master and its army itself. And to show you how unique we are in the industry, we actually, here we go, we actually we use that in our products to provide that to our customers, this actionable intelligence, and they can choose to remediate in a way that's suitable for their environment. Just recently, I'll give you an example of how unique we are in the information security industry, which is over the past week, we have been working with a large Fortune 50 company that has a full complement of information security vendor equipment, PC-based antivirus solutions, intrusion protection, intrusion firewalls, and proxies. And what we have been able to do in the past week with this one particular customer is identify 100 machines that have been compromised. And that means that they are under somebody else's control. They're under this bot master's control, and they didn't know about these machines before we went in and talked to them. So in conclusion, Damballa is addressing a threat that's very large, and it's really critical. And it's a critical threat that is compromising really the internet infrastructure. And the second is that we have this powerful and unique view of that threat. And that's basically what I want to talk about, and thank you very much for your time.